Hello there. A report out today covering the Labour Party's performance in the 2019 general election says that it has a mountain to climb if it wants to win in 2024. Firstly, please subscribe and like this video to give my channel a boost, and I'm always uploading new content, so please do check back daily. Labour Together has published a report today into the Labour Party's dismal failure in the December 2019 general election. And including front and back sheets, as well as the contents list, etc., it runs to a hefty 154 pages, showing just how much of a failure it was. But a word of warning here for those who will inevitably whoop for joy over this. The report is in depth, and as far as I can see, quite thorough and forensic. It says in the foreword, "Our report echoes the consensus of many reports that a combination of views of our party leadership, Brexit and a manifesto that was not seen as credible sealed our defeat in 2019. This report is also honest about the failings of our campaign in 2019. That means the Labour Party is beginning to understand its own shortcomings and can generate a recovery plan. Are the Tories doing something similar, or just basking in their current glory from which the shine is now slowly dimming?" Anyway, Chapter 1 of the Labour Together report is dedicated to outlining the scale of the defeat. And just to remind everyone, the report says, Labour lost 59 seats, the second largest number lost by any opposition for a century. There are now only 202 Labour MPs in the House of Commons, the lowest number since 1935. The Conservatives now have one of their biggest majorities since the Second World War, exceeded only in 1959, 1983 and 1987. But it's not just the numbers, it was where Labour lost the votes and where they did not gain the ground. This was a terrible defeat for Labour, but one that was a long time coming, it says, going on to say that Labour support is now more and more based in the cities and that the seeds of this loss go back to before the year 2000. The losses were widespread, but concentrated in the North, Midlands, North Wales and Scotland. Labour lost support among all groups of voters compared to 2017, but the losses were greater among lower income, manual or routine workers. And that last bit must really jar with them, with one of the bullet points being, there is now a mountain to climb to become the largest party or win a majority. The report also points the finger at the 2019 leadership, saying, concerns about Labour's leadership were a significant factor in our election loss in 2019. Stop Jeremy Corbyn was a major driver of the Conservatives' success across all their key groups, including previous non-voters and among all the swing voters Labour lost to the Tories. And also that there was widespread concern about Jeremy Corbyn's leadership, his perceived weakness and his role as a potential Prime Minister. And how about negative feelings about Jeremy Corbyn had become a key deterrent for much of Labour's voter base. And the report also says that a poll conducted after the election found that among voters whom Labour lost, the third most important reason, after dislike of Jeremy Corbyn and disbelief that Labour's promises were deliverable, but ahead of Brexit or dislike of Labour's actual policies, was the Labour Party no longer seems to represent people like me. Now, as I've already said, this all sounds marvellous to Tory party ears at the moment, and with an 80-seat majority and 4 years until the next election, what's to worry about? I'll tell you what's to worry about. Corbyn has gone, replaced by what some see as the more acceptable Keir Starmer. And this report shows they know what they need to do, and it lays out a plan for them to get back into power. But the worst of it is they will have help all the way from a mainstream media that is increasingly left-wing, especially the BBC, who knows its days are numbered if the Tories are in power after 2024 and can then reform the BBC once its current 10-year royal charter ends on the 31st of December 2027. Then there's the left-leaning educational establishment and the civil service, who are probably looking at every conceivable way of unseating the Tories, especially Dominic Cummings, the man dedicated to reforming their entrenched practices. Peter Hitchens summed all this up wonderfully in his Mail Online blog last week, where he says, "As the left now controls every lever of power, we face nothing less than regime change." And he writes, "Except this time there will be no need to storm the Winter Palace, seize the railway station or the telephone exchange or the barracks. The left are already in control of every lever of power and influence, from the schools the Tories are too weak to reopen, to the police, the civil service, the courts and the BBC." So my message is that this report might be ripping the Labour Party a new one, but they are already planning, and they have powerful support in the right places. Do not be complacent. Any unforeseen disaster can swing things very quickly, and a week is a very long time in politics. Anyway, if you want to hear more from me, please don't forget to subscribe and also press that little bell, or you won't get any notifications. And if you want to see more of me, buy a mug with my mug on it. So what do you think about the Labour Party? Please share and comment, and thank you for watching. Please do like and share this video, and also subscribe to my channel. And when subscribing, please do remember to press on the little bell next to the subscribe button. That way you'll get an alert every single time I put up a new video. And thank you very much for watching.